Well, a furious row has broken out after Luxembourg's foreign minister said Hungary should be expelled from the European Union over its treatment of migrants. Jean Asselborn accused Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban of violating European values when he chose to seal his country's borders in response to large numbers of people crossing the territory en route to northern Europe. Well, Hungary's government responded today by saying that only Hungarians would decide who to live with. This spat comes just 3 days before a major European summit designed to promote unity between member states. Well, for more on that story, I'm joined in the studio by Chaden DIYAB, the founder of the association Green Refugees. Thank you for being with us on France 24. Now, about this time last year, Hungary was dealing with a major crisis. On one day, 10,000, 15,000 migrants walking through its territory, unknown, undocumented people. It did have an obligation, didn't it, to secure its borders?
Today we see what's happened regarding how Hungary is dealing with refugees there. We say just some story about after the World War II. There's about more than 1,000 of refugees of Hungarian. They had left their country, and Australian government opened the doors, and Australian government after helped them to the settlement in their country. This is after it was about in 1956, after the revolution of Hungarian and the oppression of Sovietic. I don't know. I'm really feel, like I was baffled when I see the situation, what happened in Hungary, in Hungarian border now. We should not really, I think that they should think, if they not remember when they ask to open the door. A lot of countries in Europe, in Germany, in France, and other countries open the door for Hungarian. So they leave it, and they know what is the displacement and the refugee situation is.
The difference, perhaps, with what happened in 1956 when 14,000 Hungarian migrants moved to Australia is that it was prearranged, wasn't it? Whereas here there were an unknown number of people simply entering Hungarian territory without permission. It was more of a security crisis, was it not? And doesn't also Hungary have a legal obligation as a member of the Schengen zone to defend the EU's borders?
The EU Union European values, if we look about the Article 2.1, which is I will just read it. The Union founded about values, respect of human dignity, the liberty, democracy, equality. So the rule of United Union is in order to respect, and all the leaders who signed this agreement respect these values. So today the idea is what we do when we are facing this crisis problem and migration problem, how we can act as responsible nations. I think today the migration crisis and refugees should not divide Europe. It should make them more unified to resolve the problem.
Well, quite. Is Hungary perhaps being unfairly targeted because all countries are seeking to defend their borders, aren't they? The UK and France are together building a wall in Calais to stop migrants crossing into UK territory. You also had migrants stuck on the border between Italy and France. I mean, all countries are doing this, and all countries have the right to defend their sovereign borders, do they not?
So today, I think that is the idea is that I ask and I call upon hold all the European leaders to look at to face the problem and to say what we can do together. Because today, if we begin in order to not to respect our values, the United European Union will not simply and nothing. That is, if we not respect the values, that mean we will not respect what is mean Union.
But does respecting values mean letting an unknown number of people move to the European Union?
I think
all of Africa, all of the Middle East?
We should really, today, what has happened today from refugees about the war, coming from the war, they leave everything, they take the sea and they arrive to Europe. So today there is an obligation of Europe in order to facing this problem and to find a solution. Maybe to put them in a small camp, work on integration of these refugees, and to create a solution. And it is not acceptable in Europe to see people in the street, to see people in the border suffering with no water, no electricity, with bad condition. It is not acceptable in Europe, who wants really to respect their values.
All right, Chaden DIYAB, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Now to the United States and the race for the White